Fight.
All right, so for the shift tower, I believe the bolts here are 10 millimeter, and you're gonna want to go in a circular pattern, because if you remember from the old video, these bolts they're not all the same length, so you want to make sure you put them back exactly like you took them off. So let's begin. You know what? I'm gonna get the taller. Number 6 was loose, so gotta make sure to tighten these down correctly. That's why it looks like I got a lot of seepage in here, because it wasn't all the way tight. Gotta look up what the specs are for it. We simply just have to move some of the stuff out of the way and pull it out. You don't want any gunk to fall in it, so you want to make sure you move all this stuff out of the way to begin with. And it's out. One cool thing is that if you watch my old video, the bolt is still in there, so you can use that to fix your issue. And if you will like this one, reach out to me in the comment section and we can talk about it, because it's still in there. It's a pretty good fix. Alright, so one of the things that we're going to be transferring over is going to be the sensor. We're going to be transferring over, let me back this up so you can see it. We're going to be transferring over the sensor that sits right here over to the new one. So let's hop to it. Alright, got the sensor out. It takes a 22 millimeter socket to get it out. And we're going to go ahead and put the sensor into the new shift tower. And I would say just snug it just a bit. It doesn't have to be Hercules. Remember what Hercules will get you? Hercules will mess you up. Just want to snug it just a bit. Just like that. And we'll do it a little bit more once we get in the car, just to see. But yeah. Ow, that was my finger. That hurt. Anyway, let's get this back in and tighten it back up. Alright, so just get it down here and fit it into position. And make sure all your holes line up. You want to get all these hoses off and around it. Just like that. Believe that's good. Just checking everything. So now we're going to go back in the same order that we did and put these bolts back in. You want to be very, very vigilant here, like I said earlier. Otherwise, you can run into some issues. You just need to go slow. And don't cross thread the bolts, because this is aluminum and you strip it. And or cast iron or cast, I believe. And not good for you. Just gonna put them in a finger tight for now, so I can get them all in. 3. I'm gonna bring you over. All right, that should be better for you. So work on number 3 right here. Work it into place. Number 4. Number 5, it has a locator tab on it, so it's like a cheat sheet, lets you know that number 5 needs to have a long bolt. But just in case you don't know, you need to make sure you remember where the bolts go. Number 5 and the number 6. Go in right there. I'm gonna make sure I'm not spinning it on anything. All right, so now we will tighten them down a little bit and then find out what the torque specs are and tighten them to the torque specification. Stay tuned. So easy. That's neutral right there. All right, so give me a few minutes to go find out what the specs are, and I'll let you know. All right, so I cannot find the torque specs. I cannot find the torque specs for this, so I'm going to snug it up pretty good, and I'm going to look to see where I can find the torque specs for this. I'm going to call the Ford house in the morning to see, but I'm going to tighten them. Not too tight, but also not too loose. But I definitely don't want them, I don't want it leaking anymore. But yeah. Just gonna go around and make sure. Everything's tight. That's good. That's good. That's good. And that's good. All right. So that's essentially it. You then want to go and plug back in your sensor for the reverse light. Reverse sensor. You want to make sure that plug it back in right. Just like that, and you're done. You put on your shifter cable, which I'm waiting to come in. So the shifter cable video. The next video will show the aftermath of that, and you'll be good to get back in the car and drive it. So stay tuned, and we will have that shifter cable in. YouTube, look what just arrived. Got the engine in, the 2.5. I'm gonna unwrap it and see what I'm working with here, and put it away so that I can work on it when I have time. There's the balance shaft or harmonic balancer right there. But yeah, let's get it moved to its resting place for now.